Gotta get up. Come on.
The dynamic between Clare, Gomez, and Charisse is that they have always been a kind of tight trio.
She ends up in bed with Gomez because, hey, she likes him, and that she hasn't had a lot of that in her life.
Meet people, be with people.
I think there's a line where they kind of get confused because they have so much love for each other.
As enamored as Gomez is with Charisse and in love, he is also secretly in love with Clare.
I love Charisse.
Good!
But I love you more.
Kind of like an interesting friendship, shall we say.
Deep down, I think he knows that Clare is the one that you never will have.
He is a dutiful friend. That's how it's gonna be, and I will simply deal with it. He accepts it.
Library boy.
Henry, at 28, has come round to Clare's apartment to have dinner with her flatmates.
I have brought you a new toy. It answers to the name of Henry, but you can call it Library Boy.
Young Henry and young Gomez despise each other.
Gomez immediately doesn't like him and is immediately very jealous of what he has.
So, how long you been seeing Clare?
Complicated question.
No, it isn't. What's complicated about it?
Charisse has absolutely no filter when it comes to asking questions.
It comes from a good place, but it can be a little intense and in your face. I live with her. I see her every day. When do you see her?
And this is going to be the first time that all of them get to be in the same room together and to kind of suss out, is he good for Clare?
Is someone else coming? No.
Something that has never happened to her before is that a 40-year-old Henry turns up at the same spot.
The two Henrys collide.
This is really not a good moment for there to be two of me. Yeah, well, guess who's coming to dinner?
It becomes a real fun escapade in the adventures of time travel.
Still looking good to me, honey.
Thank you, darling. Don't flirt with him.
He already knows that he's in the business of coming second to himself, but it becomes really in-your-face obvious when the other version of you is naked in the room with your girlfriend and she clearly prefers him.
Worst date ever. Someone else is having my erection.
It's kind of falling in love with someone and realizing that they kind of prefer your older brother, basically. And you're wondering, well, how am I going to become that guy?
Then there's some surprises that come along the way.
Have you been, Ingrid?
You tell me.
It's another moment of Claire realizing, so Henry's not the prince waiting in his castle for me.
What happens now? Dinner. What happens at dinner? Everybody tells the truth.
The women are sussing one another out, but there's an innate knowing in Claire that Henry and she belong to one another. She knows that they're going to marry. She feels safe.
I love him. You don't seem very happy about that.
Ingrid's aware of the time travel. She's very cool about the time travel. It's something that she's totally kind of embraced and accepted.
Hey, how you getting on in there?
That's the moment when all of our minds are blown.
Who the hell are you?
When he finds out there's two Henrys, he's like,
You're clones.
What? Clones? Jesus Christ, where's the sci-fi? There's no such thing as clones. We're time travelers.
The flatmates rather wonderfully trying to digest this unfathomable information.
Any questions?
Why are you wearing a blanket?
There's 28-year-old Henry, who he can't stand, and older Henry, which he's befriended almost instantaneously, like something he can't sort of control.
Why are we funding Gomez's rock and roll lifestyle? Because they're your best friends and you need to look after them. Gomez is the best I could do.
For Gomez, although he's a bit resistant to Henry and finds him a bit annoying, he's also absolutely thrilled that he knows a time traveler. I mean, wouldn't you be?
Netflix?
Oh, yeah.
You could have read Disasters.
No, I can't.
Why not?
From Ingrid's perspective, there's an element of like, okay, well, who is this chick? Why is it that Henry is so attached to her?
Grow up.
I have loved him since I was 6 years old.
No, you loved him. Catalog man. You see, I love the real one.
It's kind of not true that Claire doesn't love young Henry. She does. She just doesn't think she's supposed to.
The end of episode 4, you learn older Henry has a tell.
How long do I have?
Not very long.
Jesus. I loved you.
We must have had some good times, huh?
love in someone's life, although it may not always be great, is an important emotion that we all need to feel.
The significance of that note is just stop trying to judge this young man by the standards of who he manages to make himself into. Just take him as who he is.
What's that?
Mercy.